And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Glad we could work out some technical difficulty we had going on, but
Mhm.
we back on live. So here's what we're gonna do. We had some issues last week. We didn't get a great amount of time to spend on the Ryan Clark termination from ESPN.
Mhm.
Before I delve into how I feel about the whole situation, tell me what you think. Tell me how you feel about how everything went down. Then I'll get into what I have to say.
Um, well, it's another example of, you know, I, but blacks are treated differently, you
Mm-hmm.
know. If Ryan Clark were white and had the same aggressive opinions, I don't think he would have got fired.
Right. Right. Okay.
There's something about it coming from a black man, and
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced this my entire life. And it doesn't help that he's not a light skinned black man, like I was talking to you about a couple of weeks ago. That would help if his complexion was more fair. But there's something about dark skinned African American men that
Mm-hmm.
they just don't like. So I know he's mouthy. I
Yeah.
think that's what they want. Well,
Right.
it's talk shows.
Right.
No,
He gave his opinion on an opinionated talk show.
on an opinionated talk show.
Right.
And the last straw was when he called out the guy talking about, I'm a former player. They don't like it when you say that. Well, I played in the league. Your, your opinion showing how little you know about. They don't like it when you do that. So
Well,
that's
yeah.
all I got with Clark.
I got you. Yeah. Look, Ryan, when he played, I never. Of course, I never. Of course, he was a great athlete. He played
Mhm.
safety in the NFL for over 10 years,
Mhm.
but the level of physicality that he brought made up for his lack of athleticism. He played
Mhm.
next to Palomalu for several years. I
Mhm.
would love to play next to him.
Right.
Troy covers a lot of ground.
Mhm.
But the reason I mention that isn't to knock him. It's I've listened to he's part of this successful podcast called The Pivot.
Mhm.
I follow them on YouTube. I love that
Mhm.
podcast.
All right.
Him, Fred Taylor, and Channing Crowder used to play for the Dolphins.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's a really good podcast. Very respectful, very well produced.
Mhm.
I mean, it's really some professional stuff they got going on. And they've had guests on there, and a lot of the guests would be like, Ryan, other NFL players would be like, Ryan, you played crazy. I wouldn't even do what you did.
Mhm.
Throwing your head into the pile,
Mhm.
knocking out Willis McGahee when the game was already decided. You didn't
Mhm.
have to do that.
No.
I was at that game in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh
Yeah.
when that
Mhm.
happened,
Right.
and I'm looking at him crash. That watching it live
Mhm.
is obviously different watching it on television
Mhm.
because the camera when you watch on television is just going to follow the ball. I
Mhm.
see Ryan Clark crashing down at that game. I'm like, where is he going? You, the Steelers are up two scores. 9 points is still two scores or whatever the
Mhm.
fuck.
Mhm.
I'm like, is he running? Is he celebrating too early? That's what went through my mind. I was like, he's celebrating too early. No, man, just make the tackle and just. And he
Mhm.
throws his head into Willis
Mhm.
McGahee.
It was vicious.
And other athletes are like, dude, I'm a Hall of Famer, and mine I didn't even wasn't willing to do what you did.
Mhm.
So I respect him for that, even though that Willis McGahee hit was a little over the top.
Yeah, over the top.
It's not. This
Mhm.
isn't Raven Steeler. He's a person.
Mhm.
He's a human being.
Mhm.
But anyway, the did you hear what he said about one of the guys from he had mentioned that was on Good Morning Football on NFL
Yeah, that's
Network?
what I was talking about.
Yeah,
That
but did you hear what he said to him?
uh not word for word, but I got the gist of
This
it.
is or the word for word was that opinion you're giving is the non-football part of you.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Right.
So I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
I'm not with. I don't agree with determination, but I understand it
Mhm.
because I've been in situations where people try to take my opinion away from me. I don't care
Yeah.
that you minimize my opinion. You can
Mhm.
tell me my opinion is stupid,
Mhm.
especially if I give it on a topic and I'm not professional at.
Mhm.
Mail, that doesn't make any sense. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm
Mhm.
okay with that. But you're not going to take it from me.
Right, right. It's still yours.
It's mine. It belongs
Mhm.
to me. You
That's
can't
why
take
it's
my
called an
opinion.
opinion. That's why. Mhm. Mhm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And when he told him that, the networks felt like he was trying to take his opinion away.
Mhm.
And you
Mhm.
can't do that, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
You can't.
Mhm.
I
And
know.
from what
Uh
I'm
huh.
hearing, this really was the last straw. There were other things. There's been quite. It's been building up. It's been building up. Well, let me say this also. One real quick about Clark. I don't now. I hardly watch ESPN. Um, but I did used to watch Inside the NFL with him, Jay Cutler before they got rid of him.
Okay.
Belichick was on there a couple of times too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and Chad, I think Chad Ochocinco was on
Ocho
there.
Cinco, yeah, I
He
got
was
you.
pretty good. Now Belichick, despite what any of us might think about him, he was real
Mm-hmm.
good. And Ryan Clark used to conduct the show.
Some of
And
these cats, I knew Tomlin's going to be good.
yeah, hmm
What I'm telling you,
hmm
it's going to be. You can just kind of sense it.
hmm
You know who else was good in the studio? Your boy, old Raven Brian Billick.
yeah, Billick
Brian
was
Billick
good.
was awesome at
Yeah,
NFL
the
Network.
AFC and NFC playbook. I wish they
Oh
wouldn't have got
my!
rid of that.
I learned a lot from that
Mhm.
knucklehead.
And Baldinger and Shannon's brother, Sterling.
Sterling Sharp. Hey,
They
some
was
of these
good.
cats are built
They was
for it.
real good.
Yeah. I'm gonna make one more point on this Ryan Clark situation, and we're gonna move on from it.
hmm
Here's one of the issues. It's an underlying issue, and members of the media aren't gonna talk about it. But here's I've had a chance to talk to a couple members of the national media through social media
hmm
and how they really feel about former athletes coming into their world.
Okay.
That's really where a lot of it stems from.
Oh, okay.
You have guys that went to college for journalism
hmm
degrees,
hmm
that's given their life
hmm
to get to the sideline reporting, color commentary, a studio at ABC, NBC, CBS,
hmm
Fox,
hmm
NFL networks, MLB now. It doesn't matter. A
hmm
litany of networks. They've had to work 20 years just to get a job interview.
Yeah,
And
I
the
hear that.
athlete gets it right after he
I hear
retires.
that. But you know what, Mill?
That
A
builds
lot of
resentment.
time, a lot of time we do want to hear from the players, though. Look, I was reading an article the other day,
Mm-hmm.
ESPN article, why there's so many batters getting hit today, and it gave the opinions of several players, and it was some good stuff, Mill. And it was the players. That's who Bryce. They asked Bryce Harper. They asked the pitcher for the Orioles, Chris Bassett. He gave his little 2 cents, and it just was very informative. I just can't get some of the stuff that they were saying. I can't get that from Peter Schrager.
I like Peter Strager because he likes the Steelers. So I give Peter a pass. He a Tomlin and Steeler fan. He must take 100 milligrams of caffeine before every show.
I'm sure.
When he's on Good Morning Football, look, it was entertaining because it's the morning, and sometimes
Mhm.
I listen to it driving to a service.
I
He
never.
is wired up,
Mhm.
screaming.
Mhm.
I'm a Schrager fan. Well,
Mhm.
Ryan Clark, he was said. I guess it was to him or the other guy. That's the non.
Look,
We
I'm a Raven, and I would hire Ryan Clark for my show. Okay,
right.
so that gives you
Yeah.
some idea where I'm at with
Right.
it.
Okay. All right. I respect that. Boy, I tell you, he has some strong opinions, but Ed, so do we. We're not
Yeah,
nationally syndicated. I can't hold that against Ryan. Um, but being on a nationally, depending upon where you are, maybe internationally
wait a
syndicated.
minute. Let me get this straight.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Does Stephen A. Smith have strong opinions? Okay, all right. My
Yeah,
point. My
yeah,
point
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. He does. He does. Yeah, I think we all know what the underlying issue was. Like you
Mhm.
said, Ryan, a couple years ago, had said something about Tua,
Okay.
and it was. I, me and Jackie were watching something on in the living room, and she tolerates my programming because with training camp just starting, we about to get into that. It's
Mm-hmm.
all football now. She
Mm-hmm.
says I don't have a husband for now to the Super Bowl, but it is what it is. Eddie. And he had said something about Tua, and I'm listening to it. I'm saying to myself, okay, Ryan, you're doing too much. Tua doesn't have a Brett Favre, Michael Vick cannon arm. I think everybody knows that.
Right.
Tua is about precision and timing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
he's not good in cold weather. If you're okay with those things, he can
Mm-hmm.
be your franchise quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan Clark says something about him. And I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was insinuating how weak he thought Tua was. Like physically weak.
Mm-hmm.
And at the Tua's next press conference, through 2 training camps ago, maybe last year, maybe the year before last,
Mm-hmm.
a member of the media brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
And Tua took huge exception to it. Now, this is a guy that did what you did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's a player. And Tua
Mm-hmm.
basically responded this way. He said, yeah, that got back to me. He said, look, things aren't always what they seem. If you want to meet me in a parking lot, if you think you're that tough. This is Tua talking. Tua's like, it's not what you think. I'm not this, I'm not. And I'm like, if another athlete gets offended by an opinion like that, then you really doing, because now if you want to offend somebody that hasn't did what you did, fine.
Right.
But
Right.
he's doing it now and making a little bit more than what you made. And he said it. And then Ryan Clark, in his defense, Ed, hold that thought, came back and apologized.
Okay.
But I find that Ryan Clark, for about a year during the football season, so it's not a full 12
Mm-hmm.
calendar month,
Mm-hmm.
was apologizing once a week.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
If you're going to give your opinion, stand on it.
Well, you know
What you
what?
apologizing for?
You know what? ESPN was telling him to apologize. I think so.
Then check what you say and think about what you say before you say it, Ed. So you don't have to apologize. He was with ESPN, I didn't know, over a decade.
Mm.
So 8, 9, 10, 11 years in, you still apologizing for
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
Get a clue.
His job.
Think about, okay, this is the job. You agreed to work there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my only issue. I find that I found more coverage, saw more stuff coming across my timeline on his apologies than his opinions.
And I find it comical that Tua is inviting somebody to the parking lot. You have got to be kidding. There, every single
He was offended, Ed.
every field goal kicker, punter, anybody in the
Don't
NFL,
do that. Don't do
half
that.
the cheerleaders would whip his tail.
Don't do that, Ed. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're doing
You
too much. You're like Ryan Clark right now. You're doing too much.
have got to be kidding.
No.
Tua. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think to close out this segment, he is absolutely going to land on his feet. He's already part of an excellent podcast. He
Mhm.
doesn't have to change anything about it.
Mhm.
They get
Mhm.
millions of views a week.
Mhm.
It is
Mhm.
ridiculous how
And he's probably
successful.
still on the HBO. I don't have HBO
Me
anymore, but
neither.
he's probably still on the Inside the NFL.
He gonna be fine. He's
Mhm.
already fine.
Mm-hmm.
He is, but I think this termination, they got rid of Cam Newton not too long after,
Yeah, yeah.
and gave Pat McAfee a raise to $60 million a year.
Don't even. Mhm. Don't even.
What you got, Eddie? This
If-
segment only got a minute left.
If they're paying him that, then that gives you an idea how many people are viewing, how much money he's making. They're not just giving him McAfee the money. Now, Neil, I'm not lying to you. I have never watched Pat McAfee's show. So not even.
And he has a good podcast too.
So
I wouldn't bull crap you. I
the
know.
fact that I'm a sports fan.
Mhm.
And I have never watched a bunch of bros talk, hey, bro, yeah, bro.
They are definitely on his jock, eh?
I've never watched. So somebody might ask, well, how do I know that's what they say? Because when I read articles, people say this is what the content of the show.
Oh, no.
So the fact that they're paying him that, God bless him. God, he's not stealing the money. He's not robbing any banks. They are paying him the money. So that's how much money he's bringing in for ESPN. God bless
His advertising dollars, they call it for Mickey, Disney, because they own ESPN, are off the meter, my understanding. If they paying him 60, how much is he bringing in for them?
And he was paying Aaron Rodgers $1 million per episode every time Aaron Rodgers appeared on his show. He's he's a former punter paying a future Hall of Fame quarterback $1 million per. Okay, what's wrong with this
Right.
world that we live
Look, you uh, when Ryan Clark is on the pivot, you can call Fred Taylor and Channing Crowder co-hosts. Actually, I love Fred Taylor on that show.
in?
We talking
Okay,
about Ryan Clark. Channing's cool, but Fred Taylor, I love him on his show because
he's
he's just
insightful.
himself.
Hmm.
He is for
Hmm.
a Florida boy of all people. Now let me stop. No, Seminole County, baby. He's very insightful. It's
Hmm.
three. The chemistry with them three is off the meter,
Hmm.
but
That's.
you can consider them co-hosts
Hmm.
on McAfee show. Those other three or four guys are not co-hosts. I
Uh,
don't get that feel. McAfee's the boss, and I I heard this, and then we're gonna go to the next segment after this.
hmm.
Somebody had didn't reveal their name, but somebody McAfee asked this guy to be on his show, and he said no. And they asked him why. He said because I don't want to feel like I have to laugh at anybody's jokes.
Thank you.
I was like,
Hmm. Unless it's funny.
he said I don't want to be paid to laugh at somebody's jokes.
Hmm.
If it's funny, I'll laugh. If it's
Hmm.
not, I'm not going to.
Thank you.
So he didn't
I
go to the
agree
show.
with that.
Those guys are paid to laugh at
Paid to laugh.
McAfee's jokes. And I'm sure handsomely and good for them.
Great work if you can get it.
Idiot. But yeah, that's it. Ryan is going to be fine. They both have incredibly successful podcasts. But why you pay one employee 60 and Ryan Clark was at 2 million, their talent level in the booth or in that arena isn't that far different. McAfee's great at what he does because he's on college football on Saturday morning on game day on ESPN. He's
Okay.
great on that.
Okay.
But he's not that far better than Ryan Clark. 60 million to 2 million.
Not at
Sorry.
all. Not better
No.
at all.
No, we're not gonna do that. And I think we said what we had to do.
Yes, we did.
Time to move on to our O's. Okay. We know we just came off of a Brave series where we had two or three taken from us.
Hmm.
We easily could have won two or three from them.
Hmm.
Then this Detroit series, we took two or three from them with a crazy game yesterday, Ed.
Mm.
Now, obviously, because the game was at 1 o'clock, I obviously couldn't make it. When I got home, I'll get updates on my phone. It was 7-0. I'm like, man, I ain't got time for this.
Hmm.
Then I started working, an hour passed, and it was 7-5.
Hmm.
I came home, turned the game on. It's 7-5. Or it was 7-7 right after I think it was Jackson tied it up. Oh, right
Yeah,
after
Kobe Mayo.
Kobe Mayo's triple. When I came home and walked to the door and turned the game on, it was 7-7.
Mm.
So I think the ultimate where we headed is, in your opinion, should the Orioles be buyers or sellers by Monday at
Um,
6
I,
p.m.?
I would say I don't want to be a cop out, but I would say neither. Because you don't want to give up prospects for this team, all right? And you don't want to. So you don't want to add as if we're going somewhere. And you don't want to subtract because they've got quite a bit to look forward to for next year. Westberg coming back, but Felix Batista is coming back. So
And your
it's
boy
only
Kobe and Jackson look like Don Mattingly and Dave Winfield out there.
Look at the starting rotation. Look how good they've been. They kind of need to fix the bullpen, and that heads into one. I know I say I would do neither, but one move I would really consider if I was the
To
Orioles.
Rick Scooble?
No, oh come on, now you know how I feel about that.
That's why I said it. Eddie, he a beast. Come on.
Look,
No?
I'm not
Oh.
giving up prospects for somebody whose arm could fall off at any.
Ed,
But
everybody's event, unless you're Nolan Ryan, Kurt Schilling, Randy Johnson, or Roger Clemens, everybody's arm fell off.
well,
Justin Verlander's arm fell off twice.
that actually, what I'm saying, kind of contradicts what I'm about to say to you.
Okay, I'm
One
listening.
one guy who I would really consider is if the prospects, if I'm willing to part with the prospects that the Padres are asking for, I would consider bringing in Mason Miller. I've been wanting him for a couple of years now. Now
Formerly of the Oakland A's.
here's what he used to be with Oakland, and now he's with the Padres. Here's why I would do it. First of all, because it would keep him out of New York before the Yankees get their hands on him. All right.
He's a
Also,
monster.
from
He's
what
a monster.
I believe he still got 2 or 3 years of team control left. So if I were to get him, I'm not even so much thinking about him this year. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't use him that much this year. I would kind of stash it
We don't.
because
We're not
if
winning that much in the ninth inning
I'm not doing it anyway for him to be
anyway.
in a closing situation. So
Right.
next year, I would have him, Felix Batista in the bullpen, and Hellas Sleep come back from his injury. So and I can figure out who would be the close. I probably would make Miller the closer. And look who I got setting him up.
That's
So
interesting. That's
so that's
interesting.
that's one move I would make when it comes to adding something.
Mason Miller. Look, the boy locked down. The boy is locked down. He's locked down on a bad Oakland A's team. If you get 30, 40 saves on a bad team, you're
Exactly.
really good.
Exactly.
Jesus. Ed, I didn't look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on what San Diego's willing to give him.
Them
Because
doing
they not going nowhere. You and your boy Tatis. Them Rascals ain't going nowhere.
And I'm gonna tell you this: if the Dodgers get him, I'm done. I'm not watching another game this year.
I saw on the Odd Couple with Kelvin Washington and Rob Parker,
Mhm.
they talked about the Dodgers, but they said they didn't want the Dodgers to get Scooble. That was they had like an 8-9 minute show on that
Mhm.
and how
Mhm.
they think that would just be too much. The issue is the amount of money the Dodgers are willing to spend, and they acknowledged on the show that they're willing to spend it. So you can't. It's good
Mhm.
for the league.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know, if
Mhm.
they went out and got Blake Snell and another pitcher, and those guys have barely pitched all year, you can't tell.
Mhm.
Blake Snell, if we paid Blake Snell what the Dodgers are paying him and he didn't pitch for us, it'll cripple us.
Yeah, cripple.
But the Dodgers ain't missed a beat.
That's the
Now
problem.
Shohei has some bicep strain. He
Mhm.
can hit, but
Mhm.
he's not his
He's
pitching.
not pitching right now.
You
Mhm.
can't tell, Ed. They
Mhm.
just beat the crap out of somebody the other day.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, so instead of Mason Miller, he replaced it with. He didn't want to see Tariq Skubal go to the Dodgers.
Mhm.
He thought that would be 3 in a row if they got Skubal to replace
Mhm.
Shohei in the lineup, and I would have to agree with him.
Mhm.
Like I said on 2 podcasts ago, whether Shohei is their first, second, or third starter,
Mhm.
Yamamoto is awesome,
Mhm.
but their third starter has more wins than Shohei and Yamamoto. Their
Mhm.
third starter had 9 wins at the All Star break. He's number 3.
Mhm.
Scooble would just replace Shohei, and Shohei can still hit. They wouldn't miss a beat, Ed.
You know what? If I'm Detroit, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't trade him to the Dodgers, but I would ask for so much in return that they might not want to make the deal.
You know what, Ed, the issue with Detroit? I remember the Orioles when we had a Corbin Burns in 24,
Hmm.
and we were interested in him. And Detroit wanted Gunner, who now is the rights to Sam Basalo,
Mm-hmm.
they wanted like our top three prospects and Gunner. And the Orioles are like, no, we're
Yeah.
not giving you all of
Yeah.
that.
See,
That
to
was
me,
2 years. So if Detroit, but here's the kicker:
mm-hmm.
Detroit, he comes off the books anyway after this year, unless Detroit pays him
Right.
50 or 60 a
And
year.
they're not going to.
So they're gonna have to come down in their expectations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the kicker. If they would have been more reasonable a
Mm-hmm.
couple years ago, they could have had something. But
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
wanted too much. The Yankees, all the big names were. If they said no, then you
Mm-hmm.
know they were
Right. Right.
ridiculous.
Right. Well, they're going to trade him. It's a done. You know what? Monday is the trade deadline. They're
About
going to trade
6 p.m. 6 p.m.
Yeah,
That's it.
he's gone. That was his last start. He got the standing ovation and everything, and it was fitting that they blew that get. Now that gets back to okay, the Orioles.
Okay, let's talk about
You know what? I almost kind of wish the Orioles would have lost that game. I
it.
don't want them thinking that they can make 3 errors in a game and just miraculously get. That's not really baseball.
We beat the team with the worst bullpen in baseball. Ed.
Yeah, so that's not going to happen. Right
They
now,
30th, literally 30th.
now look at that series for a second. One of the games, Detroit beat us 14-0.
14 to nothing.
All right, that says
You know, I
enough.
turned it off at like 8 or 9.
That
I
says enough
switched this
right
thing.
there. When somebody in baseball beats you by 2 touchdowns. Okay, the last game in the series, they was leading us 7-0, and they lost the series 14-0 and 7-0, and we won the series.
You should have took two of three from us. I got you. I got you. Yeah.
So he's gone. They're going to trade him.
Well, starting pitching is such a premium, Ed. It actually pitching period. I, in the beginning of the year, through March, April, and May,
Mhm.
Rico Garcia held our entire bullpen down.
Yeah, yeah.
Now he's
They figured him out.
so I'm just saying everybody else has caught up and he's regressed. When he
Hmm.
gave up that 2-run homer,
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm looking like, okay, this would happen in the first round of the playoffs.
Hmm.
Where
Exactly.
everybody's good. This would
Hmm.
happen in game
Hmm.
2 of a wild
Hmm.
card series.
Right, 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 right.
Just it would. He
Hmm.
would do this
Hmm.
in a wild card. We're not
Hmm.
ready. I'm not saying sellers. I get what you're saying about not straddling the fence. But I don't think we should be buyers. As disappointing
No,
as that is.
no. Mm-mm.
It's disappointing because the American League is wide open. And
Oh
we
man,
just swept the
this
Houston
is the year.
Astros a week and a half ago, and they still ahead of us by half a game.
Now you know what I'm hearing, and this is the first time I've really heard this. This year, Tampa is tired of it. They're going to go ahead and some of those maybe that you know what? If we didn't get Mason Miller, I'd love to see him in Tampa. Keep him out of New York. Let Miller close down.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that puts them in the American League East, eh?
yeah, I know. So I wouldn't be looking forward to facing him 12 times a year.
Yeah.
But
More
but
like 17,
but
18.
but I'm hearing Tampa is going to go for it this time because they see what you just said. The American League is if Tampa doesn't get themselves together. As a matter of fact, they should have extended this lead that they have on the Yankees, considering how many injuries the Yankees have right now. They shouldn't be leading by no 2 or 3 games. The Yankees got a tough schedule. Everybody's hurt, and I think they only lean by 2 or 3 games. They should have upped it to like 6 or 7.
Right.
You know, but this is
Okay.
the year I'm hearing Tampa is going to go for it because of the weak American League. Why not?
Hmm.
Maybe not school.
Raise.
Maybe not
Right.
school because I don't think they need him. But everybody could use Mason Miller. Anybody could use him locking down the ninth inning.
They got our old Brian Baker.
And
This rascal had 25 saves by the All Star break,
he can
man.
he can be the setup guy.
That would really do. I didn't think about Tampa. Man, I don't think there's a team in baseball that couldn't use Mason Miller.
And if anybody has the prospects to give Detroit, it's Tampa.
It's Tampa. He could be, not could be. I think he's the number one closer in baseball right
Mhm.
now. That boy who formerly was of the Cleveland Guardians,
Right. Class
uh,
A. Class A.
Emmanuel
The one.
Clase. He had a good 5, 6, 7 year run.
Hmm.
He was
Hmm.
number one. I mean, he was
Hmm.
closing like 90% of his games.
Hmm.
But now he's fell off. Causa got him earlier this year. We got him in this series.
And
Um,
Josh Hader kind of fell off too. I don't think he's quite what he used to be. The
oh,
lefty.
okay.
Mm.
Yeah. I think Mason Miller's got the top spot right
Mm.
now. Yeah, so I think we agree we're in congruence on the trade deadline for our Orioles.
Mm.
You don't have to be buyers or sellers. You can stand pat
Mm-hmm.
and stack your roster. I know, you know, you don't want to talk about next year, and it's not August 1st yet. But Ed, even if we happen to make a run and make the wild card, where are we going?
Yeah, how far are we going? Right,
How far are
exactly.
we going?
You make sure make sure your roster is intact for next year, if there is a next year. The strike. Oh, and that brings up another thing too.
Oh,
So
we are
yeah, I
far
remember.
apart, Ed.
Yeah, yeah. So one other thing.
Go ahead,
So
talk to
now
me.
we agree you wouldn't trade Adley is come next year is the last year of his contract. You wouldn't trade him, right? You would look. We got two good catchers. Let's just hold on to him. We know one of them is going to be here. The other one, Adley can help us next year. He can help us next year. Why get rid of a guy who can play? And I'm gonna tell you something else about Adley, Neil. I'm not trading him. Let him play out the final year of his. He's going to be motivated. He's probably going to have a good year, and that's one good additional year you get out of those knees that are inevitably going to go bad, like any catcher. So whoever is foolish enough to give him a big fat contract in free agency,
Let him give it to him. Well, I'm glad you're not a general manager. Good luck. I
see,
work in your front office, but I want to work for you in a player.
you know where I've learned all my bad habits from? The Ravens. People would love to talk, oh, the Ravens don't pay nobody. The Ravens pay great players, but they
Right,
don't pay everybody.
right,
You
right,
can't
right.
pay everybody. Look, the Orioles brought in Pete Alonso. I would have did the same thing. Yeah, give me Pete Alonso.
Okay. Yeah, because he's going to hit 45 home runs for us this year, or 40 at least. Right, I got you. Oh, that's interesting. You had mentioned the Ravens. We're going to have a show on that soon,
Hmm.
but I think he's going to
Yeah,
be the
you know that's
NFL.
coming up down the road. Mhm.
Yeah. But
Football.
and a side note, I think he's going to be the NFL's first $70 million player.
Who?
Lamar.
Oh man, please! I tell you what, save that for when
When
your
Sean and
brother and
nephew,
nephew come back on to football.
they're going to be in soon because training camp is already underway. But yeah, I think we agree on the Orioles should stand pat. I do believe we should bring back Adley next year.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that we re-up Bradish.
Mm-hmm.
However, you know who I think they could move for some picks? Dean Kramer.
You think they would get something for him?
Dean has been a little rough in the
They wouldn't.
in
They wouldn't
late.
get anything. I don't think it would. When I say, when you ask me that question, and when I say that they shouldn't do either, that's really I honestly meant that. And some people might say it's a cop out, but I think it would be beneficial for the Orioles to just. That was real unfortunate what happened to Jordan Westburg, but I'm thinking about next year. I'm thinking about what the team is going to look like next year. Since this team is not going anywhere, then I'm thinking about what the team is going to look like next year. And to me, it looks pretty good.
I just disappointed that we've had two straight disappointing years with some really good talent.
Yeah, I know. Well, go ahead and make your run. You see they playing a little better. It looks like they're going to get over 500. Oh, and as a matter of fact, too. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in the Philly series. Whew.
We're gonna get our butts whipped.
They come in here. Well, let's say we manage to take 2 out of 3.
Okay.
The next series is the Angels, and Neil, I
Anaheim.
don't want to hear it. The Angels are 25 games under 500. You gotta sweep it. I don't even want to hear 2 out of 3. You have to. They come in here. Just get them out of here,
I
and that
know.
should put them. That should put you over 500.
Ed, we should have swept them in Anaheim.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
Sunday game, I'm
Mhm.
still irritated by it. And it was 2 months ago. I'm like, what am I watching right? Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on the negative with this black and orange team of ours. It's ridiculous. I just had a point pop into my head, and it just missed me. If it jumps in before we go to our next segment, I'm gonna mention it.
Okay.
But this next segment, Ed, is LeBron and your Philadelphia 76ers.
All right.
Okay, where do I begin? I'll let
Yeah,
you start the first two. I'm gonna start this one.
yeah. It's a lot of layers. Okay. Let's start with his departure. And there's some things that I'm hearing that I believe. First of all, I'm hearing that LeBron was okay with the first of all, the fact that he took such a low salary tells you something. Okay. Because LeBron don't do that. Now, what I'm hearing about LA, LeBron, first of all, he's very intelligent. He understands that, okay, y'all got Luca here and he's the future. Y'all want to build around him. And I'll even take second fiddle to Luca. I'm not taking second fiddle to Austin Reeves. You know what I'm saying? Now we going to that's kind of where LeBron was at. Now we going too far. Y'all asking me to take a back seat to Austin Reeves? No, I'm out of here. That's the first thing.
Okay.
Minnesota, I never really considered that seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Miami, there was some buzz there, but LeBron likes his rear end kissed. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And Pat Riley made it clear. That's one main reason why he left, a few years ago. Pat Riley not kissing any behind.
He's
Um,
one of my top three favorite coaches, Ed.
he Pat Riley used to dog he used to dog Magic in there. This is Magic Johnson. And Pat Riley used to work them to death. So he is not kissing any. Now who else? Minnesota?
Cleveland. Cleveland.
Cleveland, that was definitely was a possibility
That
if
was
he was
some
gonna make this
buzz.
his last year swan song. And if Golden State could have
Mm.
Draymond was up to his usual tricks when it comes to recruiting, because that's all he's good at is recruiting. All right. He was trying to get Anthony Davis to
You
come
said
there.
that's all he's good at. You know what? You
If
stupid.
if Anthony Davis could have got out of that Wizards contract and gone to Golden State, I think LeBron would have went to Golden State, and there would be no Philly. So now the process of elimination. Philly got Jalen Brown to do the heavy lifting. LeBron can fill in the pieces.
His he's created a generation of ring chasers. He's created a generation of stacked teams.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my issue with it. You know how I feel about Bill Belichick, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All the hidden cameras and whatever. But you know what Bill Belichick has? 6 Super Bowls, 6 out of 10 in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's phenomenal. If you're going to use the system, I need results.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to stack teams, and I'm not getting a result. I'm not getting them. Now, I know you got one COVID championship in LA.
Mm-hmm.
We've always, not me and you personally, but I've always
Mm-hmm.
keep hearing this debate between Mike and LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
I had LeBron for a little while after the COVID championship as the best player of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But these last several years in LA, I had to take him back out of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I did. I had LeBron over Mike when he won in COVID because everybody's playing on the same court. There's no home court advantage. It's your team against mine.
Mm-hmm.
When he won that, I was like, okay, this boy
Hmm.
has won a championship on three separate teams. That's ridiculous.
Hmm.
But he just doesn't hate losing.
Right, right,
He
right.
doesn't hate it.
Doesn't hate.
When Mike went to the Wizards, his first year at the Wizards, the year before that, when he was in minor league baseball, the Wizards went 41-41,
Hmm.
500 team. Mike's first year there, I think, or second, the Wizards went 41-41.
Hmm.
He didn't make them better. Then he tried it again, and it was around the same record.
Right.
You know what Mike did? Mike retired
Hmm.
because he
Hmm.
wasn't winning.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Right.
Kobe, when he healed up from his Achilles, the
Hmm.
Lakers weren't 41-41. They were way better than that, but
Hmm.
they weren't winning championships.
Right,
So he
right.
retired.
Hmm. Hmm.
Magic had some gas left in his tank, but the whole announcement about the disease thing came out. He was done.
Hmm.
Magic could still ball when he retired, Ed. You know what he
Hmm.
did? He retired.
Hmm.
When those greats realize they can't win rings anymore,
Hmm.
they walk away from the game.
Hmm.
All I've seen LeBron the past 6 years is get eliminated in the first round, the second round, or not make the playoffs.
Hmm. Hmm.
And most of those will not make the playoffs to get eliminated in the first round.
Hmm. Hmm.
What is it about not winning you're okay with?
Well,
If you're going to be the best, I
hmm,
need you to hate losing.
yeah,
Period.
yeah, yeah.
That's it. There's nothing else to discuss about it.
And he's declared himself. I heard it out of his own mouth. He said he's the greatest player of all time.
No,
Now, I've
no.
never heard Jordan declare himself the greatest of all time. But you know one
It
thing I
sounds
think
better coming from someone else,
it
Ed.
sounds better coming from somebody else. You know one thing that I think gets under LeBron's skin? And of course he wouldn't admit this. People always say, "Oh, I don't care what people think." That's not true.
We all care what people think.
Um,
Right.
LeBron does not like the fact that people like me and you
Mm-hmm.
and millions of other
Keep
old
talking, Ed.
heads
I'm listening.
millions of other old heads in this country say that Jordan's better. LeBron doesn't like that. You know how? Remember when I was stubbornly holding on to Joe Montana's the best, and then I
Right.
finally had to admit that Brady. I
Yeah.
had no choice,
We
especially.
both did, Ed. I was saying Montana, even when Brady was winning Super
I
Bowls.
think after that huge comeback against Atlanta in that Super Bowl, that sold it for
That
me.
wasn't what sold it for me. It was the win in Tampa, the Super Bowl with Tampa.
Okay, that was it. So now, as much as I respect Joe Montana, now there's a clear number one and number two. Clear. Anybody that's still holding on to Montana is just an old 49ers fan.
Right,
Right?
right, right, right. I
So
got you.
there is no clear. No, many of us, the points that we make about Jordan are legitimate points. First of all, 6 championships. He's made it to 6 of them and never lost.
I know.
That's
I
the
know.
first thing.
I know. I know.
And so LeBron has lost what, 5 or 6 championships, something like
He's
that.
4 out of 10. He's lost six.
He lost 6, and a couple of those meal were interesting circumstances. He carried sorry.
I don't hold all six of those against him.
No, that's what I'm saying.
The
A
loss to the
couple of them.
Spurs, his first one, I'm not
Mhm.
holding against him.
That team shouldn't even have been. That team barely should have been in the playoffs, and
The
he carried
loss
them.
to Golden State when Durant got there, I
Right.
don't hold that against him either.
Exactly. Exactly. But the ones you do hold against him, the one against Dirk. Come on now.
Dallas,
Um, you know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
let's
He
be
should have won
clear.
that one.
If he had LeBron wasted a lot of time, and now he's 23 years in. If he had that burning, passionate, cutthroat desire that Kobe, Tim Duncan, and Jordan and them have, then he wouldn't be 4 and 6 in the final.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. I'm sorry. This team stacking, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Ed. Obviously, he's first ballot Hall of Famer. He should be unanimous. Some idiot's probably gonna make him not unanimous. Um, but he's unanimous, in my
Mhm.
opinion. But what everybody always gets on the old heads about being bitter and resentful.
Hmm.
Barkley was on the Dan Patrick show talking about this move to Philly, what LeBron has done.
He didn't like it.
No, he's just the team stacking.
Oh,
Then, of course, LeBron supporters are going to bring out Barkley went to Houston. That was a
hmm.
stacked team. You didn't get it done after
Well,
you
they
left
were all in
Phoenix.
the, toward the end of their careers, though.
They were. But the LeBron supporters are going to mention the
Durant.
stack Durant going to Golden State. That one didn't pop up. That one. So it does happen. But when the old heads, especially when the older guys are Hall of Famers, when they speak and they're unanimous, it's usually that way.
Hmm.
You talk. Tim Duncan is 5 out of 6,
Hmm.
so Tim got more rings than LeBron. Wouldn't even mention Tim being the greatest. Oh,
Right.
in a position, the greatest power forward.
Hmm.
Tim Duncan is 5 out of 6. Ed,
Hmm.
I would actually take his career over LeBron's.
Right. Right.
I would.
Hmm.
LeBron got more points.
Hmm.
Actually, statistically, nobody's ever going to come close to him.
Hmm.
He's putting this record where Cal Ripken put the consecutive game
Hmm.
streak. There's some records that are not going to be touched.
Yeah. Right. Hmm.
Cal Ripken, LeBron James scoring record. I don't see, and as far as assists and rebounds, he's going to be top five in those two.
Hmm.
It's going to be ridiculous.
Hmm.
Nobody's going to do that. But as far as team building and what your team does, I gotta drop him to number two.
Hmm.
I got
Sure.
put Mike back at number one.
Yeah.
I do, and
Okay.
this ain't no LeBron hate. I don't have a problem. I'm a big fan. I'm a Laker,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna watch a lot of Philly. I think
Hmm.
Philly messed up getting him. I
I
think
don't think so, man.
they should have stopped at Jalen Brown, Ed,
I think LeBron is smart. He is going to
because
do
he
what.
is.
Look, the people who saying that Philly this not going to work, they the same ones that said it wasn't going to work with him and Dwayne Wade. They went to 4 straight finals. So LeBron, no, he's not going to take that ball and try to dominate like he was, like he's 22 years old.
He's a
He-
facilitator.
yep.
He's a facilitator.
And at the end of the day, everything that we just got finished saying, you know who I'm rooting for this year?
I
Philly.
gotta hit it. Who?
Philly. I'm rooting
Philly.
for 'em. I just became first
The
of all,
Sixers.
if they
Okay.
win the championship, that'll make the Celtics look bad, and you know I'm all about making the Celtics look bad.
Right.
I told you I've garnered a lot of respect for Jalen Brown. I want
That's
him.
that's why that's who I'm going for Philly
Hmm.
for him,
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
Braun. Jalen Brown is that dude.
Hmm.
They
And
yeah.
and and I can, slightly switch it, pivoting here. I can almost guarantee you, Tatum is not going to win a championship without Jalen Brown.
Oh no way, no way. I'm with you on that, Eddie. Yeah,
So,
he.
so if they share the ball, if Embiid, the 20 or 25 games that he's going to miss every year, if those can somehow be in the middle of the season and you get them healthy, ready for the playoffs, then that's who I'm going with Philly.
Interesting. Interesting. Well,
The boy
yeah,
Edgecombe, I love him. The
I,
rookie,
I like Maxi too.
Maxi,
He's a button star. He's a button star, and I'm be
and
honest with you, Embiid is breaking down. They're gonna need. I
mhm,
mean, they just added to their lineup LeBron James and Jalen Brown.
right, right,
That's a
right.
huge
Mhm,
addition.
mhm,
They're going to sell out every home game, which is going to be a financial windfall.
mhm,
Philly can handle the media and all of that. It's just,
mhm.
this is going to be
Now,
an
there's
interesting
only
season.
one thing I would caution LeBron.
The
He's never played in a city like Philly before.
Philly media is different. They
Yeah,
are
and the
jerks.
fans too. Um, Now, I know Cleveland is passionate about their sports, but the difference between you can't compare Cleveland to Philly. Cleveland actually wants to love and embrace their athlete. They want to. Philly almost hates their teams. So LeBron,
They booed Santa Claus
they booed Santa Claus.
and
The, the,
Beyonce.
the only possible good result is LeBron winning the championship. If Philly don't win the championship, they're not gonna blame Maxey or Jalen Brown.
They're gonna
They're
blame
gonna say
LeBron.
LeBron.
Absolutely. And be honest with you, they should say it. I thought they were fine without him. I thought they were legit finals contenders without him. With him, oh, word on the street, the
Hmm.
Knicks were on the list, and Jalen Brunson said no.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
I
Mhm.
love him, by the way. I really
Yeah.
like Jalen
See,
Brunson.
now, remember what I just said to you a few minutes ago? LeBron wants his behind kiss. Brunson's not doing it. He's not doing it.
I wouldn't do it.
We just won the championship without you. You coming to take some of our shine? Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm going to try my best to watch the first Philly Knicks game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I want
Mm-hmm.
to see what that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's
Mm-hmm.
in New York or Philly. I'm gonna really try to
Yeah.
watch or Jalen Brown's first visit back to Boston. I'm gonna see if
Yeah.
I can check because
Yeah.
Philly Boston really don't rock with each other like that
Mm-hmm.
anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
Mm-hmm.
rock with each other. But that first game back in Boston, I want to see what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Anything else, Eddie? Did we touch on everything? I think that's it.
Yeah,
I think
that's a
that's pretty
good deal.
much it. Okay. Appreciate you, man. I'll see you
Yeah,
next week,
man.
bro.
You're the best. Thanks a lot, bro.
Talk to you.
Yep.